All right, very well. One of the laws, when you were talking about the River State local government law as amended, one of it was the River State Assembly Commission.
Yes, River State Assembly Commission.
And Martin Samewule had screened, the River State House of Assembly had screened persons for that particular commission.
No, they've even taken the power of appointment away from the government.
Yes, that was part of the one of the laws that they made. But in this instance, they had screened House of Assembly Commission, and the governor did not. You know that at some point they did override the governor and vetoed that into law. But then moving forward, not too long ago, the governor inaugurated a House of Assembly Commission and the local government commission as well, right? And these were part of the things, because now we are looking when Honorable Kingsley Akumefile was speaking about, when he was addressing the statement of the Commissioner for Information, he also said that at this point he's not sure whether he's an impersonator or actually a commissioner that was screened. That because now a lot of commissioners, you know, there was a time many commissioners resigned, and some commissioners were sworn in, but not by Martin.
Some were still there.
Some were still there, and some resigned, right, by Martin Samewule. I'm trying to figure out if the former Commissioner for Information was among the persons that resigned before Joe Johnson came in. So if that is the case, now when the governor was making his speech, right, he did not address this area of persons who were not screened by Martin Samewule. And you recall that between 2023 and 2024, Martin Samewule had written to the governor over 4 times, telling him that he had impersonators in his government and that these persons are not known to River State, right? And the governor went ahead and over time has actually established 1 or 2 agencies that were controversial, and the commissions as well that he established. And some of these persons now, while the governor was making his speech, he did not address that. That is an elephant in the room, actually. He did not address the fact that he only said local government chairman should hand over to local government head of administration. That was what he said. But when it comes to the functions, the legislative functions, and all the attachments therein, he made a statement and made a declaration, an order, because the Supreme Court was clear on sacking the local government chairman. However, the Supreme Court was also clear on the authenticity of Martin Samewule as the Speaker and the River State House of Assembly. So one would say the governor should have also made clear declarations, giving, showing that, okay, now I have fully accepted the Supreme Court judgment. Because as it stands, these commissioners are still resuming work.
No, I want to believe that it is not everything that he would address in a press statement. But for me, it is good to hear that he would implement. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, probably when he gets his certified true copies, he can make further pronouncement and further actions. But I felt that, or I know that the former commissioner for is it justice they call them now? Attorney General. His Attorney General is occupying that spot as I speak this morning illegally. Before Friday, I would not have spoken this way. But after Friday, if the man is still in office, the Attorney General is occupying that place illegally because those persons were not screened by the River State House of Assembly. And that's why I said I hope that we are able to see people behind the scenes, or have people behind the scenes who can, in all honesty, to say that yes, we do not want our state in crisis, and the best thing to do is to have mediators on both sides. But the governor does not have a choice. When we give some statement, let's keep we are making it look like, oh, the governor. No, he doesn't have
but
a choice.
the
He
commissioner
doesn't
for
have a
but the
choice.
commissioner for information, when he was speaking, when he was reacting to the Supreme Court judgment, clearly said that the Rivers State government acknowledges the judgment of the Supreme Court. However, in the matter of Martins Amehule, that there is still, in the matter of the defection, that the matter is before a federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt.
No problem.
Right.
No
now,
problem.
I am marrying that statement.
No.
Hold on. I'm marrying that statement with the governor's speech. In his speech, did not make any clear allusion to the lawmakers and the fact that so and so being done, or I acknowledge.
No.
He acknowledged the Supreme Court judgment, but there were no
I think the caveat he put was that he's waiting for his legal team to give him, or they promised him by Friday, the CTC copy will be available. And so we can cut him some slack. It's okay. Let's wait to see when he gets those certified true copies. But I'm saying that whatever his aides are saying, whatever the governor is saying, contrary to that judgment, it's a nullity. It's just like Honorable Kingsley said. You see, it's just to give a hope to a horse that is so tired of running. And you see, the point here and the danger for me is that I cannot figure out now if he was part of the first commissioners. It's difficult for me to do, but I know that the Commissioner for Justice was later brought on, screened by the then Jumbo faction. So, but I know that whatever the man is saying now is an afterthought. Whatever any commissioner is saying is an afterthought. What the Supreme Court has said is that the local government election was a nullity. The rightful members of the Rivers State Assembly, led by that speaker, is Martins Amehule, and that everything done is tied to releasing funds to the Rivers State government. It's as simple as that. So if the governor is rattling about it, one is talking, I am less concerned. What I concerned myself with is, these are the judgment of the Supreme Court, and they are law. They are law. And I expect, if that has not happened, that as at Friday, Martins Amehule should have been restored. Full security details should have been restored to him, if that was taken away in the first place. So, going forward, I don't want to see a way that, let's not choke it, that we will now begin to threaten ourselves with impeachment processes.
That is where you do not want this to get to.
I don't want it to get to that point.
Interesting.
I want the governor to respect the Supreme Court. Prepare your budget. That budget will submit yourself to those big guys now.
You know that, but then one would say budget that has been expended. You see the trick. The thing is, the budget has been expended. Any which way, it's like being between the devil and the DBC.
No, that's what I said.
Because one, the budget has been expended. And I recall the Commissioner for Budget and Planning, when he held public citing of the 2025 budget in 2024, I think around October 2024, said that the 2024 budget has almost expended its lifespan. In fact, I'm quoting him. That it has almost expended its lifespan. And as such, anybody that is hoping that the 2024 budget will be presented is living an illusion, right? That the Rivers State government will not present the 2024 budget. And then, let me take you back again to when Martins Amehule, the final letter they wrote to the governor to present the 2024 budget. And that was, I think, after the appeal court affirmed the speakership of Martins Amehule. And Martins Amehule wrote again, they immediately convened the plenary and, wrote the governor to present the budget. And the governor, in his answer, I recall vividly because it was discussed on my show, the governor in his answer said that Rivers State assistance right now is preparing for 2025 budget. And that led a lot of speculations. Okay, so who will the governor present the 2025 budget to? Right. And so when you look at it, as at the time the governor presented the 2025 budget, we are looking at 2024 budget because that was the prayer that was before the Supreme Court. We have not even looked at the issue of the 2025 budget. The governor has too many issues in his hands because the 2025 budget already has been presented again, right? And Martin Samehule, in the course of 2024, had written the governor over and over and called on him to do the right thing right now. So if he's going back to obey the Supreme Court judgment to expend the budget that has been used, how is he going to defend that?
No, he can't. He can't defend it.
Okay.
There was a day I was on this show and I defended the fact that the governor has a right not to appear before Martin Samehule and others. Reason being that he appealed that judgment, and the simple act of appealing a judgment is that you disagree with that judgment.
That doesn't mean stay of execution.
No, I understand.
Does appeal translate to stay of execution?
No. I'm only stating this was my thoughts all along. So he can appear now before the House of Assembly and say, these are my reasons why I did not appear before you. Because I did A, B, C, D. 2, he can appear before them and say that, yes, in the course of this legal struggle, the 2024 budget has been overtaken by time. See, there are some certain things. I'm only telling you options that he can say before.
All right.
Because he will present himself and give reasons.
Hold on.
And give reasons.
Yeah,
he must give a reason why the legal battle was ongoing. The 2024 budget has been overtaken by time. This is what we did. This is what we did. Clear documents submitted to the House. This is what we did. This was where we got the money from. This is how the money was expended. This is the balance we have. All of those things will be in and submit to the House. And that's why I said something here that whichever way we allow them to go around this circle, there will be problem. Except we have people behind closed doors. I'm telling you there will be problem. These are people you call all kinds of names. There will be serious problem. And, I think that probably by today, I'm hoping that we should see a letter. I don't want to say might. We should see a letter from the Rivers State House of Assembly directing the governor to appear for 2025 budget so time. 2025
budget or 2024 budget?
No, you can't go 2024. See,
you can't say you can't go.
No, you can't.
You can disobey the Supreme Court.
No, it's not disobedience.
You could say it's a conundrum, but it's a conundrum that must be fixed.
No, I just...
So now what you're saying is that political solutions should be used in sorting out the 2020. Remember that these are parties that had said insisted that political solution is out of it.
The crisis I'm looking at is not even budget. I'm telling you, the crisis will not arise from budget. The crisis is not even budget. It is the law that has been passed by Martin Samehule. Are they laws in Rivers State? That's where the crisis will start. Are those laws valid laws in Rivers State? So if the governor would not, I expect that the governor can go to court. That's a separate thing. Because these guys are the validly representative of Rivers State House of Assembly. So I'm not even looking at the budget. For me, the budget is a small thing. The major crisis will be that part of those laws that Martin Samehule did took powers from the governor. And I expect that because the governor had the privilege, there was a day I was here with Barrister Asim or so.
Asim Adams, yes.
Yes. Where he was mentioning here that what kind of governor do we have? They sent a bill to you. You didn't say anything. No discussion. Nothing you rejected. Nothing. He was angry. He was visibly angry about it here the other day. So I think for me, it's not even... The budget is a small thing. I'm telling you here. The major crisis will be because it is when you come to implementation, you will know how difficult a law is. The law passed a lot of laws. You see, I even quoted almost about 7 here. Those 7 took some powers away from the governor. That is where the crisis will be. Now you want to conduct a local government election. What law? Which of the law would you use to conduct the local government election? Which law? The old law or the one passed by Martin Samehule? who is the authentic speaker of the Rivers State Assembly. So for me, I'm not even looking. The budget is even a small thing. It is the laws that, including the Rivers State Funds Management and Financial Autonomy Law. A lot of powers have been taken away from the governor during that period of that crisis. And so for me, I think that is where the real issues are. Because once he accepts the Supreme Court's judgment and begin to deal with them, that is where the difficulties will come. Now nobody cares about budget. No, budget is just a small thing. When it now comes to the local government appointment of RISEC and all, then that is where you will see the fireworks. Then you will now tell them to say the law that we have passed here is no longer law in Rivers State, that it is the previous law that is now law. So I think for me, that's where the crises are. And I think that's why I said, I hope that they could have some people behind closed doors who would manage this crisis well. Because I'm telling you, go and check. The governors are the real dictators in Nigeria. They do not look, when you tamper with anything concerning them with their power, you can take some finance, but power from them, it's a lot of things. And most of the laws that have been passed by Magistrate Amehule, as if not taking those powers completely, they shared those powers, that they now have an appointing right. So I think these are also things that the court will test the power of what is the extent that the legislative arm of government can go. Does it now concern itself from oversight and not going into appointment? Do you appoint the people you
crisis. Politics is what it is. It is called politics. And I love the word politics. If you understand what I mean by politics, this is now when the politics of Rivers State is going to be played. I have always sounded it here long ago that very soon the game will be very interesting. See, you know, in the Bible, Job says something. He said, that thing that I have dreaded of has befallen me.
that he feared so much.
That thing I fear so much, that he befallen. That thing that governor had been afraid of long ago is now on his head. And he has no solution to this matter. There is not like political solution.
Why do you say there is something like political solution?
Listen, there were times he should have utilized to solve these challenges politically. He could not utilize that opportunity. The governor I know is one man that is so he feels that he has the power. And so, you know, a lot of time he has made the statement that he has pulled out from the shackles that have held him down. That Rivers people should be happy now that they have freedom. He assumes he is a free man. He assumes he's now on top of every game in Rivers politics. He has called himself several names since this crisis between him and the former governor has started. So he feels that as it is now, I am in charge. And so it will be difficult for somebody who has seen himself at the top of the mountain to go down again to begin to beg. And so it will be difficult for any political solution to come. That's one. Number two, the issue of the 2024 budget. There won't be time to present 2024 budget any longer. You cannot present a budget in retrospection. The Supreme Court knew what they said, and that statement is law. Having made that statement, it means that the governor is held down for disobeying the laws from the State Assembly. And having expended that money for 2024, he won't have opportunity to represent 2024 budget. What does that mean? That is now a serious crisis for the governor, and they are impeachable offenses. Expending the resources of the state without proper appropriation is a serious problem. The assembly won't give him that opportunity, because if you say you want to represent, will you bring back all the monies you've expended? So it is in retrospection, he can't present that again. And the governor, remember, presented the 2025 budget just a night after Appeal Court gave a judgment. Just a night. Appeal Court gave a judgment today. The next day, in the night, they presented that budget, he passed that budget. He was challenging the court, as it were. It was a direct affront on the judiciary for an appellate court to give a judgment and said, you must not do this. He went ahead to do that just a night after that judgment. It was an affront, and that was the reason for which Supreme Court gave that judgment. He challenged the decisions of the court. Now, the issue of the allocations coming from the federal government, you remember how that issue was managed. Even the president helped him to manage that matter, but he did not handle it wisely. And that was the reason why the disobedience to that decision of the court, the Supreme Court hit him on the head. Now, some persons are saying the Supreme Court shouldn't have gone to that extent to punishing the governor and punishing the state. No. The Supreme Court, yes, the law is there for sanity. The law is there to bring peace and understanding. But when that peace and understanding is not followed and adhered to, the law will come with its punishment. And the part of that punishment was what the Supreme Court did by seizing that allocation. And they have told him this allocation can only be released only when you submit yourself to the leadership of Martin Zamegule. And remember that 2025 budget, that is the thing I think, if he has the opportunity,
he can represent.
He can represent if he would have that opportunity.
He can represent it.
That if he would have the opportunity.
No,
and I know what I'm saying, because each time when you were talking here, you said let it not get to the threat of impeachment. Of course, we have gotten to that point.
No,
we have got. Let me say this, my brother. We are politicians. We are politicians. That is, we cannot hide the things the way they are. I can't come here. Nigerians are watching me, and I begin to talk like one who is not knowledgeable of what is about to happen. The 2025 budget, if he would have that opportunity, he would represent. But 2024 budget, there won't be time for representing. It is now in retrospect, cannot do that. Now, having fallen short of that law, he has disobeyed the law, the decisions of courts that say represent 20. At the time he should have represented them, he did not represent it, and he had expended all the allocations for that 2024 budget. They are all impeachable offenses. They are all. Again, let me also come to the issue of commissioners. As at today, maybe we'll have only 1 or 2 commissioners who are duly appointed in Rivers State government.
No, I think they're about 6 or so.
They might not be up to 6.
No, they're not.
If they are, but a lot of them.
I can list
hold on.
But a lot of them, you mentioned one, the Attorney General, that one is known.
No, that one is gone.
The Commissioner for Empowerment and Employment, that one is gone. Commissioner for Commerce, those ones are gone. Commissioner for Urban Planning, there are many. They are not from that point. The Supreme Court gave that judgment. None of them will say they are commissioners any longer. No, if they mention it, they are also in disobedience of the decision of the Supreme Court judgment.